Tools and Twisties, precision tools and performance cars. Everybody loves these compact tool kits, and Tekton just released a new one. And I thought I'd go over this new Tekton kit and maybe compare it to some of the other old standbys like the Icon, the old Icon Meme, Tool-Check Automotive by Wera. Wurth makes a great kit, and a homegrown kit that I put together myself. So the Tekton kit is brand new. Tekton makes great tools, great warranty. And this is a pretty comprehensive kit. It's got really a full 1/4-inch socket set for both standard and metric, a full set of Torx bits, hex bits, regular bits. It has a sort of a full size for a small 1/4-inch flex head ratchet. And I think they make a couple of versions of the kit, one without a flex head, one with a flex head, and one with a flex head and a push button. This is the flex head, no push button version. I think they're 70 tooth or 80 tooth ratchets. I can't remember, but they're pretty smooth. They're nice ratchets. They're well built. I've used Tekton's warranty in the past. Some of the best in the business. They are very responsive and usually send out a new tool. They're not too fussy about showing receipts. I think they want a picture of the tool just to make sure that you actually have it. And they're pretty quick and responsive. So at any rate, this is a pretty nice kit. It comes with the full-size 1/4-inch ratchet and a bit ratchet to go with those bits. A couple of different sizes of extensions, a little 1/4-inch swivel, which is nice. I mean, it's a full 1/4-inch kit, again, both in metric and standard, and then the smallest little extension. So, you know, pretty good setup. The sockets themselves are, you know, typical Tekton quality, which is very good, sort of prosumer level, not quite at Snap-on or Koken level, but, you know, sort of equivalent to Icon or Capri level sockets. Nicely chromed. They usually fit very well. And having this sort of foam fit case is nice, that you can put everything in and know when something's missing. Again, that bit ratchet, pretty smooth, pretty nice little bit ratchet. It is not a pass-through bit ratchet that you can use as a T-handle, which was one of the complaints of the Icon, the newer Icon set. But yeah, let's put this one aside for a second and just compare it to the Icon. So Icon, very similar in content. You get a full 1/4-inch in metric and standard, a full set of bits, sort of a similar amount of bits and sockets. The layout's a little different. This one's in a hard plastic case instead of a foam cutout case. This one has much less of it only comes with one ratchet, and it's a very small flex head 1/4-inch locking ratchet. So obviously for doing actual work with the socket set, it's not going to be nearly as good as this Tekton ratchet. And it does not come with a separate bit ratchet. Their idea is that you take out this additional piece here and put it on here, and then you can use it as a bit ratchet. But that increases the length quite a bit and sort of obviates one of the main advantages of using a bit ratchet in the first place, which is low clearance. The Icon does come with this handle, although it's kind of a, you know, not a great handle, sort of a, you know, middling handle. And it comes with a regular 1/4-inch extension and a bit extension and a universal and a smaller extension. Again, one of the complaints of this is that it did not have a pass-through bit ratchet, and it didn't have any bit ratchet at all. So one of the mods that people make is take this Crom or similar bit ratchet, and this is a pass-through bit ratchet. If you line them up like that, you can use it as a bit ratchet and put your bits in there and use it as a little bit of a T-handle. And there's enough room in this Icon case that you can usually stick these in here and make the case close. You stick this one underneath here and that underneath there, and you can close it. So again, just a quick comparison of the Tekton to the Icon. And then this is the old Icon set, and obviously this does not come with any sockets. So if you wanted sockets, you'd have to add sockets and some sort of adapter that allowed you to drive sockets either with this ratchet or include another ratchet in it. Yeah, this one does have the T-handle, and you know, I use this a lot for actually working on my ratchets. When I need to lube a ratchet, this is usually what I grab because it has all the different hex and Torx sizes that I might need for disassembling a ratchet. I'll put that together soon. Then there's the Wera Tool-Check Automotive, which is one of my favorites. I mean, really good. They come with a lot of ratchets. The Wera quality is outstanding. It's a nice little case. it does come with an assortment of sockets. I'm a metric guy, so not having the standard sockets is almost an advantage for me because they're not taking up space. It really depends on what you want to do. I mean, something like this Tekton, you know, around the house may be more useful because maybe I'm running into an appliance or some plumbing hardware or who knows what, where I'm going to need standard size sockets for. But when I'm working on my cars or bringing it in a car kit, I really do not need standard sockets at all. This one does come with a bit ratchet and it comes with a little bit extension. This particular version does not come with any handle at all, but they make many different versions of this. These are like 80 to 100 bucks depending on which version. I think this Icon one is 80 bucks, often on sale. The Tekton one is 90 or 95 bucks depending on which version of the ratchet you get. So those are some of them. The Wurth one is also one that I've talked about before, and I really like it. A little bit harder to get. You might have difficulty finding this set. They were a really good deal on the Wurth website for a while. I don't know if they're still up there and what the price is, but the ratchets on this one are really nice. And you know, Wurth's a German company. It says Germany on the box. I don't know for sure if this is German origin or Taiwanese. Likely the ratchet is Taiwanese, but Wurth just makes beautiful stuff. So this is one of my favorites. I actually bought a couple of these. I liked it so much. Again, metric only. Which then brings us to my Homegrown toolkit. You know, do you really need any of these, or you're better off just rolling your own? And there's some tools that are missing from all these kits. So I bought this little Klein bag and I put together my own kit, and we can just sort of spread it out and show you what I got. Icon magnetic mats, or Harbor Freight magnetic mats, awesome. So yeah, first of all, there's no pliers included in any of those kits, and I think those are really essential. So here's a set of Knipex needle nose combination pliers. So, you know, cutters, grips, strippers, and needle nose all in one. And then the Wiha bit set, which is a nice little bit set. It comes with a bit ratchet and a bunch of different bits. Very compact, very small. You can see it's quite a bit smaller than the Icon one, and easily fits in this bag. A utility knife, because everybody needs a utility knife, and might as well keep it in the go bag. The Knipex Cobras, which are awesome pliers, and the Knipex plier wrench. You know, these two things are missing from all these other kits, and you know, I think that there's things that you probably want to have in your toolkit, your go bag, whatever, your mini toolkit. So you're going to need to keep these with these other kits anyway. That's why I think maybe my Homegrown kit is a great solution. But so far we don't have any sockets. So easy red magnetic rail with some Koken Zeal sockets, a Koken universal joint, and a 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch adapter. And these are all 1/4 inch sockets in a decent size range that I would typically use. A Wera bit driver. This is a little mini bit driver. It does come with more bits, although it sort of duplicates what the bits are in this. But then you can also take this is magnetic, and you can take the Wera extender, and this is a locking bit holder, super nice. And this gives you, you know, real screwdriver capability. You're not, you know, using a little bit ratchet or you know, this funky little thing. This gives you sort of real screwdriver capability, and with the full set of Torx and standard bits to go with it. And then I also have a set of Wiha. These are impact rated, but they come on this nice rail. These are 3/8 inch, so bigger sizes, and they come with this adapter as well. So you can take that and put it in here, and then take any of these sockets, and now you have a great nut driver. And then of course you can pop that off and use the bit driver that's included in the Wiha to drive it. But I also have stuck in here a die-hard 1/4 inch flex head ratchet. So you have a true proper 1/4 inch ratchet for doing work, real work. Or you can take the adapter and turn it into a 3/8 inch and put any of these 3/8 inch sockets on there and have a, you know, that's a proper tool. That is not, you know, using this, trying to do real work. This will work maybe in an emergency with, you know, a socket on it, but it's not something you really want to use in anything but an emergency situation. Whereas this is a proper tool you can do some work with. And this is a proper screwdriver that you can, you know, do real work with. Pop a bit in there. and that's a proper screwdriver, and it's a locking bit holder. So let me know what you think, whether or not you think that you know, a roll your own kit makes more sense. You don't have to use the Knipex tools. There are knockoffs of these now from Cobalt and some other companies. I like the Knipex. I think they're worth the extra money. But if you're trying to put together a budget kit, you don't have to use the Knipex. WorkPro makes a clone of this that's quite nice. Yeah, you know, depending on whether you want standard sockets, you could easily add a standard socket to this as well. So let me know what you think is the best choice for a compact toolkit, whether you're still an Icon diehard or the original Icon meme, or whether this new Tekton set makes sense to you, the Wera Tool-Check, or a roll your own. And that's it for today. We are Tools and Twisties. Like and subscribe for more, and we are out.